Hi everyone, my name is Banana Raccoon and this is my PvP guide for survival hunters. In this guide, I'll be going over talents, glyphs, stat priorities, enchants, macros and rotations. If you would like to skip to a specific section, you can click on the title of each part to skip to that section, but I would recommend watching the entire guide so you can get a full understanding of the survival spec in PvP. I would also advise turning on annotations, as I will be using annotations should anything change throughout the season. Let's begin with talents. On the first tier we have Post Haste, Narrow Escape and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Chimera. All three of these talents are viable. Post Haste is fantastic talent if you want to kite, Narrow Escape is great to peel melee with roots, and Crouching Tiger Hidden Chimera is great for the short disengage cooldown, as well as reducing Deterrence's cooldown by a minute. You'll generally be using Post Haste and Narrow Escape, but some hunters have really made Crouching Tiger Hidden Chimera really work. On the second tier we have Binding Shot, Wyvern Sting and Intimidation. Binding Shot and Wyvern Sting are the best two talents here. Wyvern Sting is best used against comps when your kill target is not a druid, paladin or a monk, as they can dispel the poison. Wyvern Sting is a great talent if you want to do long CC chains or you want to cross CC. You can trap a healer whilst wyverning a DPS. You'll want to use Binding Shot for all other situations. But be careful when using Binding Shot, most hunter comps have a lot of stuns, so be careful about DRs. On the third tier we have Exhilaration, Iron Hawk and Spirit Bond. Here, you want to either take Iron Hawk or Spirit Bond. Spirit Bond is a talent you'll be taking most of the time. It's a great passive heal and is especially strong against comps that rely on rotting damage. Iron Hawk reduces all damage by 10%, which is a fantastic damage mitigation talent. On the fourth talent tier we have Steady Focus, Dire Beast and Thrill of the Hunt. Here, you want to take Thrill of the Hunt. On the fifth talent tier we have Murder of Crows, Blink Strikes and Stampede. The most viable talent here is a Murder of Crows. Despite it being slightly nerfed in PvP, Crows is still the most viable choice. On the sixth tier we have Glaive Toss, Power Shot and Barrage. Unlike BM hunters, we do not have the energy to use Barrage, so you'll either choose Glaive Toss or Power Shot. Glaive Toss is the talent you'll generally want to take, but Power Shot can be a fun ability and some hunters have pulled off some really awesome things with Power Shot. And finally we have Exotic Munitions, Focusing Shot and Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf can be fun to use in BGs for high damage, but for Arena you will want to use Exotic Munitions, generally frozen ammo. You will want to take munitions in Arena as Royal Sacrifice and Master's Call are incredibly important abilities for ranked play. When it comes to glyphs, you have a lot of choice. The only glyph I'd say is somewhat mandatory is the glyph of Explosive Trap. Otherwise you can constantly change around depending on your comp and what comp you are facing. Solace is great if you think your trap target will have a dot on them. Glyph of Spirit Bond is also really good for the increased healing, and Glyph of Snake Trap is great for the AoE slows, and Glyph of Camouflage is also really good as it gives you a stealth. The stat priority is Versatility, Mastery, Multi-Strike, Crit and then Haste. You will also want to enchant your neck, back and rings with Versatility and enchant your weapon with Hemet's Heart Seeker. When it comes to macroing for your hunter, a lot of it is just stop casting macros. This is my Arcane Shot macro, which makes my pet attack my target. This is my Concussive Shot macro, which is a modifying macro. That means if I press Shift or Control, it will target somebody else. If I don't use a modifier, it targets Arena 1, Shift, Arena 2 and Control Arena 3. This is my Deter macro. It stops casting to use Deterrence. If you press it twice, it cancels the Deterrence. This is my Stop Casting Disengage macro, Stop Casting Feign Death, Stop Casting Flare. This is my Focus Kick macro, which kicks your focus target. This is my Focus Wyvern, which wyverns your focus target. This is my Freedom macro, which is again a modifying macro. No mod freedoms me, Shift freedoms my DPS, and Control freedoms my healer. This is my Stop Casting Counter Shot, Stop Casting Explosive Shot, Cast Heart of the Phoenix to revive your pet. This is my Focus Purge macro. Again, this is another modifying macro for my Royal Sacrifice. No mod sacrifices me, Shift sacrifices my DPS, and Control sacrifices my healer. This is another Stop Casting Binding Shot, Now this is my kind of one-shot macro, I guess. Slash use 13 is the top trinket slot, so make sure you have your on-use trinket in the top trinket slot, and then just cast a Murder of Crows. Again, another stock casting macro for Freezing Trap, and then finally another stock casting macro for Wyvern Sting. Unlike PvE, in PvP there is no set rotation as everything is situational. So we'll look at this rotation as a general priority system. 1. Explosive Shot, 2. Black Arrow, 3. Glaive Toss or Barrage, 4. Arcane Shot, and 5. Cobra Shot. Survival is my personal favourite hunter spec due to focusing on sustained damage. Overall, the hunter is an easy class to pick up, but more importantly, it's incredibly fun. I hope you found this guide helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. 1. Soul Reaper, 2. Obliterate with Killing Machine, 3. Howling Blast with Rhyme Proc, 4. Frost Fever and Blood Plague, 5. Obliterate, 6. Frost Strike.